You do look orange.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Getting that Marge Simpson on. Oh, you're kind of going down.
Yeah, see, I can make like
Whoa,
this.
ew,
That's what
gross.
happens.
That's getting
See?
worse.
That's what happens when I look like human.
Orange.
No, you know why you look orange? Is because you have to make that green screen green.
I know. But it should be working anyway.
So make sure. Well, fuck it, just be orange, dude. Who cares?
I'll be
Everyone
orange.
in The Simpsons is orange. You might as well.
Yeah,
fit
you're right.
along.
Okay, I'm orange. Am I too close? What the hell's happening here? This is what happens when you reformat your computer. Get out. Oh, wait.
Did you do that recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Windows 10.
I thought we did a podcast with you since then.
No.
Oh, shit.
Remember Windows 10 and that debacle?
Yeah.
Well,
Are
Rip
we
has to
ready
live
yet?
Did you start yet?
Yeah, the shit's turned on already. I just don't know when you guys are gonna touch your nose.
Oh, it's
Oh,
been on.
Oh,
Yeah.
alright. Why are you asking me if I started if you're telling me it's been
I'm not.
on?
I'm asking. I don't know.
Alright.
Alright. What if I? No, this
Just leave it like that. Just leave it. Who cares?
Like what?
Rip is magically changing colors like a chameleon.
Yeah, whatever,
It's alright,
man.
it'll
Don't worry
work.
about it, dude.
It'll work.
You do look a bit orange, but it doesn't matter. What is today? Big Thursday, Internet. You guys are watching ATP Live. Thanks very much for joining us. I'm joined as, I want to usually say as usual, but it's been kind of weird lately, a bit spotty. But what's going on, Rip? What's going on, Ricksta? How you guys doing? Last week, you guys weren't around, so I had to fly solo. But it worked out fairly decent.
Yeah, I saw the YouTube video length, and it was only 30 minutes, and I was surprised you even went that long.
Yeah, I know. I was falling asleep and shit. This chat room's no fun, dude. You gotta have some real humans. So what are you guys up to out there? Anything interesting? I mean, you went to Wednesday night. Oh, you got all kinds of shit going on, Rip. I haven't seen you in forever. It was your birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
What have
Oh,
you
yeah.
been telling people, dude?
I've been telling everyone that it was your 40th birthday.
I said 43rd.
Do you know the number of people that have been asking me this? Like, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I know.
People
I
ask
eat
me
a
if
lot
I'm
of sports.
52.
Whoa, I never made that part up.
I said 43. I thought
I said
43 was a
40,
good
but
number.
that's because I was told that you're 40.
By who?
Mm.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Sounds legit.
I just
Anyway,
assumed
whatever.
you
Don't
and
worry
Vi
about
are the
it.
same
What
age.
difference does it make? How was your big birthday? You were on vacation during that.
Yeah,
right?
I was in Minneapolis, Minnesota for the Wizard World thing. So we all flew in early for that event. And, I got to basically see Captain America Civil War with all the Wizard World crew.
No spoilers. Did you love it?
It was, I would go 9 out of 10.
Did you like 9 out of 10? You don't know anything about movies.
All right, so
How good was
so
Fast
what-
and the Furious?
Yeah, yeah.
7 out of 10. So we could get a fucking idea.
Fast Furious 7?
Yeah, 7. Wait a minute. There were 7 of them, right?
I don't know what's going on.
Which one did Paul Walker die before? It was 6 or 7.
Whoa,
I don't
no
know.
spoilers, dude.
He's talking about the person,
Real
dude.
life.
Whoa, Paul Walker died?
Oh my God.
No spoilers on that either.
You
Well,
don't want spoilers on real life?
yeah, don't spoil
That's the
that.
worst, dude.
Okay,
Oh, man.
whatever. Okay, rip Paul Walker. I wasn't sure
Yeah.
about that. But anyway, whatever about that. Civil
Right.
War, it was pretty good?
Pretty good.
All
Pretty
right.
good.
I recently watched Deadpool.
Oh, what did you think about that?
Well, you know what's funny is my biggest gripe about Deadpool was the way it kind of felt like it was real low budget. Like at times you'd see like they only had these low tier bootlegged bargain bin X-Men. Where's all the real X-Men? You know, they got this weird lesbian chick that catches on fire and they got Colossus, but where's Wolverine? Where's, Storm? But then I found out that they didn't have a really big budget, and Storm and Wolverine don't give a shit about this loser. But because the movie did so well and sold like really well, I guess the movie industry's considering making R-rated movies a lot more. I read something about that, and I was like, wow, that sounds cool. Maybe
Yeah.
this will be the beginning of a new good trend.
I heard that Deadpool was the highest grossing R-rated film next to Jesus.
Yeah, I heard that. Over not what is it called? Not Jesus.
Passion of the Christ.
Passion of the Christ. Get
Jesus.
it straight, bro.
What the hell is Jesus?
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about,
That's what
man?
Deadpool said, dude. Anyway, and then
Deadpool
separately,
said?
whatever, don't worry about it. But also Wolverine, the next one, Wolverine 3? I don't know what it is. The next Wolverine movie that's coming out is rated R. They've confirmed that.
I'm so confused. Isn't there an X-Men movie already coming out that has like Jubilee and all this other random shit? And like Olivia Munn as Psylocke?
Yeah, that one's coming out end of this month. So when we're at Combo Breaker, we're all gonna go see that one.
Oh man, count me out.
Yeah, you know what, dude? That one's the one probably to sit out on because apparently the reviews are saying it's not gonna be good.
It looks
There's
like trash.
reviews on a movie that's not even out yet, huh?
Generally how it goes, yeah.
Jubilee's cute though. Give it that.
Look. This isn't a Marvel show, okay? It's a
Let's
do we
turn it
usually
into a
talk
Marvel
about?
show.
Fuck it. What else? What else is going on? Game
Wait,
over.
did you
Show's
like
over already.
Deadpool, dude?
Yeah, sorry, I got sidetracked. I did. I thought it was okay. Let's see, 6 out of 9, I guess. I would recommend it, definitely, especially if you know who Deadpool is. I mean, you know, Deadpool's famous from being introduced in the series in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, right? He's the famous Marvel vs. Capcom 3 character, and that's the only place I ever heard of him, and I enjoyed that part. You know, so, good shit. Whatever. I wish there was more Wolverine in there, right?
Wait, who came first? Who came first, Deadpool or that guy you played in Injustice? I can't remember his name. It's
Oh, Deathstroke.
Deathstroke.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good point. I forgot
sure.
that those two are related. I don't know who came first.
I'm pretty sure that Deathstroke came first.
Is that right? And
Deadpool
Deadpool?
was pretty late. I heard he was like in the 90s. This is what Tate Steve has been repeatedly telling me. That he told me that he was a character that was introduced in the 90s as a joke, like as you know, like check it
Spin-off.
out, you know, yeah. I'm this shitty Deathstroke, and I'm gonna make all these dumbass jokes. And apparently the 90s was a really bad time for superheroes, like that got created, and so he was the one that like kind of stood out and did well, even though no one expected it to.
Oh, Fast Hands Cody says that the same guy made both characters.
Wow, that's sick.
That is super sick. I didn't know that, and it must be a fact if Fast Hands Cody in the chat room said it. But anyway, whatever. Who gives a shit, man? What are we even talking about? That was a good segue into Moron Combat, but I don't want to talk about that yet.
Actually, wasn't even a segue to Moron Combat.
Why? Deathstroke, NRS, it's all related.
Yeah,
I guess.
I had no idea how that was connected first, but I
Come
guess it
on, you
makes
gotta
sense.
be sharp.
It's been shit. I don't remember when Injustice came out when we first started this show.
Yeah, that's
that shit
true.
was forever ago.
When we
No
first
way.
started this show, Injustice was new. Yep. That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Back in my
Okay.
early 40s.
Yeah, I know you were still in your early 40s. Is
Yeah.
that what you said?
Yes,
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's been a while. So, okay, DreamHack Texas happened. It was supposed to be a really, really big deal because it's the first DreamHack in the U.S. And I heard it was a little bit DreamWhack is what everyone was calling it. Wasn't as good as people had anticipated. Not that much fun to watch. I tried
for
to
Street
watch
Fighter?
some of it. Yeah, for Street Fighter. That's what I assumed they were talking about, in my channel. And I tried to watch some of it, and personally, I was a little bored myself too. And I ended up just streaming, so I didn't watch much of it. You guys?
I was busy at the event, so I didn't watch.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I watched it.
Oh, did you? You tell me. Why don't you tell me what
I
happened?
thought it was okay, just because you had one player that like not too many people knew about. I only knew of him through Mortal Kombat, but I heard he was a what's that shitty game called?
Killer Instinct?
Mortal
No.
Kombat?
Capcom versus Tekken? Tekken cross Street Fighter? Street Fighter cross Tekken. There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Cyanide.
Nailed
That
it.
guy. He was he got third, I believe, with Ken, and
Huh.
he was doing really well. I mean, I was more impressed by the fact that Ricky beat Julio, then beat Chris T, and then lost to Cyanide. So 3 Ken players in a row, and losing to Cyanide, like that's pretty. It was a pretty telling thing to see that Cyanide was doing really well that day. So
It's pretty crazy to see how Ken is doing so well now, right? It seems like Ken is like emerging as under Nash, like a really good character. We've seen Nash like dominate over and over, right? But now we're starting to see Ken come out and do really, really well. And what's funny is when the game was real new, everyone was saying Ken is garbo. They fucking nerfed him since the betas. garbage. And now he's doing super well. Same with Nash. People were like, this character sucks. No fucking wake-up options. No reversals. And this is getting crazy. So the lesson to me is that when you have a new game that's super new like this, you don't even know what to look for when you're looking for what's good. You don't even know what good means yet. So it takes time. And it's nice to see the game developing. And also, on that topic, we were going to mention this, but man, so many players getting sponsored. That's fucking super dope, if you ask me. These guys, alright, let's be fucking honest. I remember when people were like, Julio, you know that young player from NorCal? And I was like, who the fuck is Julio? I've never heard of this guy. What is he, my landscaping engineer? I never heard of him. Or fucking, like, Alex Myers, right? Alex Myers? Who is that guy? He's just, what kind of a nickname is that? Alex Myers, who is that, right? But, now these same guys that we were making fun of 4 or 5 years ago, the noobs and shit, these guys are the ones that are cutting off heads. And they're getting sponsored by real fucking sponsors, which is great because all the other noobs and schmohawks are going to look around and be like, wow, Julio got sponsored and Alex Myers got sponsored? They'll sponsor anyone these days. I'm going to try and get top 3 at the next major. And then they crank out all the lab work and all the beach work. You know what I mean? So I'm happy about that. To me,
I'm jealous that Julio's on Echo Fox.
Why not? Yeah.
Because that's Rick Fox's team.
Yeah.
I love Rick Fox.
Mm-hmm.
You love Rick Fox?
He's a Laker.
He just wants to get sponsored because he sees that Julio and Alex Myers will get sponsored. So he's like, bagoosh. I love Rick Fox. They're already looking at you to sign you, man.
I mean, Shaq owns or has an ownership stake in some other esports teams.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Hook it up, Shaq.
Do you remember what team? Do you remember what
You're not
team?
tall enough for that team, bro.
Do you remember what Shaq's team's name is?
NRG. NRG.
Oh, okay.
That sounds stupid. It sounds like
Well, I mean, come on, dude. You think esports teams have created names?
Yeah,
Tempo
you're
Storm?
right. Echo Fox, Tempo Storm. You're right. They're
Evil
not supposed
Geniuses. None of it sounds tight.
Well, I mean, what's a tight name? Alex Myers is already taken. That's gonna be my esports team, Team Alex Myers. Okay. So anyway, on that issue, what are your thoughts? Honestly, I think that this is a really, all joking aside, I love talking shit, of course, right? But it's a really good thing because what the sentiment is, these kids are getting sponsored, and this is like one of those things where when we were that age, that was a total, like, it didn't exist, But now, this is a reality. These guys can, instead of getting a part-time job and going to school and playing Street Fighter and fucking up their school and their job because of Street Fighter, they can just cut one of those things out, school and Street Fighter, and fucking live the dream. Or whatever, whatever they're doing. The point is that they can play Street Fighter, they could do what they were going to do anyway, but these sponsors are, like, paying their way, and they're giving them salary. So this is great news. And I think that, okay, we'll talk about that later. But on this issue, anything you want to mention? Are there any other players that are being sponsored? LPN, that's another one. He got sponsored, and I what's up?
No, I saw the picture of his. I guess the guy that owns his team or something, and that guy looks like he is like 10 years younger than LPN. Looks like a little baby, so that's cute.
Well, isn't the owner of Tempo Storm super young too?
He's in his early 20s.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's owner of Tempo Storm.
I think that the guy that owns LPN's team is like not in his 20s.
Whoa.
Can I be on Tempo Storm? I want to
people in the chat are saying he's 17.
Jesus
Christ.
What
He's
does
a
he
minor.
do? What does he do?
Dad, I need to sponsor
I
some
guess.
guys.
It's crazy. Well, whatever. 17? That is so young. Wow.
Hey man, if a 17-year-old wants to sponsor me to go to tournaments, hook it up, little kid.
That's crazy. You can't even.
I'll throw some money for your lunch.
Hey, somebody told me that the legal age in California for cigarettes changed to 21. Is that true?
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Wow, that is so crazy. Cigarette age changed to 21 from 18?
When did that happen?
I don't know. I don't know if it happened or is gonna happen, but I heard about that. That is crazy fucking news.
But now
Wow.
all these motherfuckers gonna start vaping. Ugh.
Damn, that's
Is
nuts.
there a legal age for vaping?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 18 if it has tobacco products. But I heard that I don't fucking know. Whatever. Vaping, vape niche. Anyway, so okay. DreamHack, we didn't watch that much. All these players
LPN.
getting sponsored.
Yep.
That's dope. LPN, all those guys. That's really great news.
Kind of related to that actually is the whole Bud Light Esports thing.
Okay, I don't know much about it.
So they listed like 4 games or something, and they have like 5 players per game listed,
Okay.
and people can go and vote on who their favorite is for each game or something. So for Tempo Storm, Reynad, he's there for Hearthstone, but
Woo.
Chris T is there for Street Fighter 5, and I think
Nice.
Filipino Champ is there as well.
Wow, that's
I forgot the Street Fighter 5 list, but it's like F Champ, Chris T, Gustavo, I think. What's his name? 801 Strider. I think
Mhm.
he's on that list. Maybe one more, I don't remember. But anyway, yeah. So they want people to go vote for who they want to be their Bud Light Esports All-Star.
Wait a minute. Of all those games, are any of them cool except for Street Fighter, or are they all like whatever? League of
Hearthstone's
Legends?
cool.
Yeah, other than any other fighting games is what I mean.
No
other
fighting.
games.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Street
that's
Fighter.
what these emotes are for then, huh?
What emote?
Bud Star and Bud Blast.
Oh, they're getting Bud Light emoticons?
Coming in, dude.
That's really crazy.
Wow.
How can we not drink on stream yet you can have an emote that's based off of fucking...
Is that
You
right?
can drink on stream. You can drink on stream.
Oh my god, I'll be right back.
What the hell?
Uh-oh. He's gonna ban your channel.
What is he doing?
He's going to get alcohol. He's leaving. Holy crap. Okay.
No way.
Wow. Oh my god.
What
Wow.
the hell?
Did that say Bombay Sapphire?
What is that?
Interesting.
We can't hear you, you moron. You muted yourself. Fucking retard. I thought he was gonna go down off camera and then come back with a different hat on, like I Love Lucy. Like he's doing a different job now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you. All right, yeah, you could drink
Shut
on
up,
stream.
bitch.
All right, my bad.
The 4th person for Bud Light Esports Street Fighter is Jace the Ace.
Oh, cool.
And the other games are Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone, Halo, and Counter-Strike Go.
Halo. Wow.
Esports.
So is this gonna be an event or what?
This is a voting thing. They said voting ends on June 4th. You must be 21 plus to vote.
Huh.
What esports made them stars? You'll make them all stars.
Damn.
So does that mean like if they win the vote, they're gonna be sponsored by Bud Light or some shit?
No.
Like what the hell does
Whoa.
the voting do?
It says cast your vote for your favorite players on Twitter using the hashtag #BudLightEvote and your favorite player's gamer tag. The top players from each game will be crowned the 5 Bud Light All-Stars.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know, but it's probably good.
It says additionally we'll make sure your experience is unforgettable at 3 of the year's biggest events, starting with DreamHack. Bud Light will live stream our show to announce this one-of-a-kind year-long program and to start getting votes. At E3, Bud Light will unveil our final 5 All-Stars. And then finally at TwitchCon, we will throw the esports celebration to set the standard for all esports
Oh,
celebrations.
shit.
So this is just a bunch of jibba jabba, no nothing information.
Come on,
They're like,
man.
esports celebration bar is pretty low. We'll just send them some beer, call it a night.
That sounds like it could be cool.
Yeah, I'm sure it's cool. It's Bud Light. You know, you see their commercials on like fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, that could be really cool. I wonder who's gonna win that. Huh.
Yeah, I think
Whoever
that,
has the most Twitter followers.
Why did they pick those guys? I wonder, because those. I was thinking maybe the winner will get sponsored, but aren't some of those guys sponsored already?
I mean,
I think the only one that's sponsored is Filipino Champ.
Yeah, and Filipino
801
man, you
Strider, too.
porn.
No, Filipino Man's not on that list, is
not
he?
on that list.
Oh,
no.
sorry, I misunderstood.
Chris Chitarian,
Uh-huh.
Filipino Champ,
Okay.
Jace the Ace, and 801 Strider. And actually, most of the other players from the other games are sponsored.
Oh yeah, 801 Strider's sponsored too.
Mm.
What the hell? For Heroes of the Storm, 3 of the 4 players are all Tempo Storm.
Whoa! All right, Monopoly.
That's crazy.
Yeah. How do you
Cool.
not already know that? Oh, you're in charge of the fighting.
I didn't look at the Heroes of the Storm section of the Bud Light All Stars thing.
I didn't
before.
even know
There's
Heroes
not
of
a
the Storm. Oh, that's new. Heroes of the Storm is a new game. I thought.
Why
that was
Why is Jace the Ace on this list?
I don't even know who that is. Who's Jace the Ace?
He's from SoCal, man. He used to play Viper in Street Fighter 4.
Look, let him get sponsored by Echo Fox before I start knowing who the hell he is, all right? I'm just kidding. I know who Jace the Ace is. He's that guy that went crazy on camera last time and everyone thought he had the devil in him. Right?
What?
He's that Asian kid.
Yeah, but what the hell? He's an Asian kid. You got that right, but what the hell's a devil?
Maybe that's not a Jace the Ace.
Jace the Ace just looks like a little kid with some glasses and a nice haircut.
I think I confused Jace the Ace with BJ Unchained.
Yeah, that's pretty. They're the same person.
Yeah, I figured they were the same person this whole time, so that's how I'm going with it.
I get confused with Perfect Legend and Flash Metroid too, so same
Perfect
person.
Legend
How?
and Flash Metroid?
Flash Metroid doesn't ever have facial hair, right?
No, I don't get confused by their looks. I get confused by their attitudes.
Oh, what?
They both love them some them. That's what I'm saying.
Look, who gives a shit about that? Let's focus on what's at hand here. You know, this whole all these schmohawks getting sponsored, right? One thing it tells me is that companies are looking to sponsor people that are schmohawks. They're dying to sponsor people, is what I'm saying. So a company comes in and goes, Street Fighter, huh? Find me the best fucking player to sponsor. And they're just throwing it at people, right? So, you know, everyone's real butthurt about Tekken taking forever to come out, right? But maybe this could be like a hidden blessing in the long-ass delay of Tekken 7, because I said it before, it's going to be a long time before that game comes out, and by that time, Street Fighter 5 is going to be old news, right? I mean, sure, it'll have some shit going on with Season 69 or whatever, but I think the new game of Tekken 7, including the way these sponsors are trying to throw away sponsorships to anyone, right? I could totally see a player like Jimmy J or whatever, just another player out there who's a Tekken player, totally getting signed. I mean, that is gonna happen. When Tekken 7 comes out, players like Jimmy J or, you know, who knows, even Rip or fucking whatever this guy's name is that beat you up last weekend, all those guys are gonna have opportunities to get sponsored, and Tekken players are gonna get sponsored, and that's the way it's gonna be. And I really feel like the fact that there's a nice, healthy gap between these two games at this point is only gonna help Tekken in that regard. I think it's only gonna help. Your thoughts on the issue?
Jimmy thinks that Julio sucks at Street Fighter.
Yeah, I remember that. I guess one of the top secret information bullet points that I received at not NCR, what was it called? Northwest Majors, was that one of Julio's main training partners is Jimmy J. Tran, and he beats him up all the time. And Julio apparently thinks that Jimmy J. Tran is super fucking good. So that's really interesting inside info. Jimmy J doesn't even give a shit, right? He's over here waiting for Tekken and winning Tekken tournaments. But he's pushing the shit in of this other dude who just got sponsored and wins Street Fighter tournaments. By the way, Jimmy's main character is Fang, which is interesting. But
Jimmy's fucking up. Why
well,
not win Street Fighter tournaments?
You gotta do what you enjoy, you know?
Yep.
Yes.
But it really doesn't make that much sense. I mean, right? If you put half the time into Street Fighter as you do in Tekken, he would be sponsored too. He's a good player. It doesn't matter what he plays. But I don't know. Especially now. I don't know. Right now, a few years ago, I'd say, hey, you know what, man? Jimmy, both you and me, we both need to get a fucking job, right? 6 years ago, that's what I would have said to Jimmy. We both need to get a job. But now, you know, first of all, I don't even like jobs, so I'm out of the picture, right? But for Jimmy, you know, I would say maybe you should consider this, right? Because in history, this opportunity has never been there. And it's there right now. So people like Jimmy J. Tran who have the skills and, you know, have the motivation and the drive, the reward is there, you know? So I highly recommend you maybe try, you know, try. It's right there. It's right there. If you're even mildly interested, it's right there. People are trying to sponsor, just anybody's getting sponsored, right? So good shit. It's really great news for the scene in general, for the fighting game scene. It's just super great news, and it's only going to get better from here on. So good shit. Other games, Killer Bitch Stink. I know Combo Breaker is coming up, and I know that's going to be a big tournament for a lot of games. Killer Bitch Stink is pretty big over there because the game's developed in that area, right? Project Galaxy or whatever, they're the guys who make the game, and they They're from out there in the Midwest.
They already released the numbers of the entrants for Combo Breaker, and
That's sick.
What I remember was that Street Fighter V, obviously the biggest with 6,400. That's a lie. 640.
I was gonna say 6,400.
It was capped at like 512, and then people got all butthurt about it,
yeah.
right? So, yeah.
Number 2 is Tekken 7.
Yeah.
238.
Keep in mind though that is a free tournament.
But hey, free or not, I mean,
it's been free at Northwest Majors and stuff too, man.
Yeah, that's true.
But then you got what the hell's Bahala?
I don't know what that is.
Is that a mystery game or something?
It could be. Whatever. It could be something weird. They do mystery games out there at Combo Breakers.
Whatever that is, that's third. Smash Wii U's fourth with 185. MKX, fifth biggest game, 179.
You know, MKX is at Combo Breaker. MKX is a qualifying spot for ESL. Or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a really big deal for MKX. And
offline spot.
Yeah, it's like an offline qualifying spot for ESL. And ESL gives away like hundreds of $1,000s to Sonic Fox, like on a monthly basis. So that's where if you want to get your ass kicked by Sonic Fox and then get a forced double underhook hug from him, you should definitely try and qualify.
Get up here.
Give me the fucking hug, bitch. Man, that guy's buff. Anyway, so that's going to be something worth watching, even if you don't give a shit about Moron Combat, because all of those Dragon Tattoo motherfuckers are going to be trying their asses off, and they're going to get devastated. So that's going to be good. Combo Breaker is going to be a huge event. It's going to be super dope, because, I mean, I was there last year, and it was super dope, and it's only way bigger this year. So it's going to be great.
Someone in the chats at the NRS is showing a new game at E3, apparently. That's interesting news. I'm interested by it.
Doesn't sound like news until it happens.
Yeah,
a new game. It could be fucking Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, whatever. Fucking
E3 is next month, man. It's pretty close.
Yeah, I know.
We'll find out very
let's
quickly.
get some hard facts. Chat room. Anyway,
what about Combo Breaker has Tekken Ball?
Yeah, that's true. Tekken Ball.
What the fuck?
The Tekken 3 version of Tekken Ball, right? So that should be pretty interesting. 71 entrants. Yeah.
How dare they?
What?
How dare they impose on my game and not invite the champ?
Invite the champ.
I didn't even know about
fly
this.
you in.
Yeah.
Well, you blew it, bro. Okay, yeah, Tekken Ball. They got a lot of stuff going on. I don't know I don't know what the details of the tournament are going to be this year. I'm going to be there, but I can tell you that last year they had a fucking 24-hour BYOC room that had free play arcade machines all over the place. So it just was such a brilliant idea. 24-hour BYOC room meant that you never had to be like, hey, whose room are you in? Or, hey, where's all the action happening? You know where it's fucking happening. You just go over there and you get games in all night. So I really loved that aspect of it. It was my favorite part of the tournament, and I hope that they're able to do that again. And either way, I know it's going to be a sick tournament. Everyone's going. Lots of people are interested for multiple games. So good shit. As you said, Tekken, huge presence there. They're going to have all those, cabinets. They're going to have FR there. They're going to do the tournament again like they have been. And speaking of which, so, Rip.
Yes.
Second place. When are you going to be the bride? You're doing really well. When I heard that you were top 2 with ZTS, I mean, ZTS is solid too, and he's been playing for a long time. But no one would have bet on him against you, right? Maybe when they heard about Claudio. Maybe when they heard about Claudio, right? But I'm surprised.
I've played him at some point before. I don't remember when, but I knew he was solid before I played him. Regardless of what character he's using, I knew he was solid. So I won a winner's side of top 8, and I was like, all right, damn, I'm going to winner's final, sick. And then that winner final match was ridiculous. And I ended up winning that shit, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm hella gonna win this tournament."
Oh my god!
I mean, especially the way I won at the final rounds, like I was like, "All right, I got the mind game advantage and everything. Like this shit is perfect." Like it was. And then I was counting on freaking Gio or Mateo to beat him in the loser bracket, so I wouldn't have to play Claudio again. But they both got bought by freaking like Mystic Bill. And so Mystic Bill screwed up everything. Yeah, and
that's crazy, man. I didn't even
Bill
know he really plays.
Still?
He's playing Katarina still.
Nice.
Good
and
shit. Then so he ended up losing to ZTS, and So at that point, that was losing final. It was Katarina versus Claudio, and I was like, well, shit, I don't know either of these characters that well, like. And then ZTS beat him though, and then, man, I watched it back in my stream the other night, and I cannot believe how many opportunities I had to win that tournament. That shit is good to watch.
So, well, it's interesting to me because the tournament is being ran on Tekken 7.
Right.
It's the older version, right? So already, like, you know, like you're thinking about Claudio, right? And you're thinking like, okay, let me think about what I could do to adjust to Claudio. But Claudio already perhaps has been changed, right? I don't know for sure. I haven't seen how they've changed him.
I mean, right now, yeah, exactly. And in 7.0, he's got some shit, man. Like, people are telling me that it's not as good as I think it is, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But for example, he's got forward 3. It's a move that reaches about half screen, right? I'm pretty sure.
Half screen?
Just about.
What?
Right? And
wait a minute. Okay, you just flushed your credibility down the toilet.
Whatever, man. I'm saying.
Half screen?
Dude, it's okay, fine. I understand.
How many character distances?
I understand. Yeah, okay. It's far, all right? It's far. It's like 2 character distances at least. Okay? Is that good enough for you? 2.5?
Okay,
whatever.
okay.
The point is, it's like, compared to a jab, it reaches like 4 times as far, okay?
Uh-huh.
I hate you. Go on. So, it's mid, low crushing, homing, tailspin, and safe on block.
And it reaches half screen.
Half screen.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a pretty good move. Sounds like you made up half of that shit. If you're gonna make shit up, at least make it up at the end. Don't start it off with made up shit, because then I'm gonna stop listening.
Screen. All right, you're right.
Do the half screen shit at the end, so we're like, all right, he's frustrated with this long ass list. Now he's making shit up. Anyway, yeah, whatever. I mean, maybe you're right. That's my point. Basically, my point is, you may be right. He may be really cheap, and they may have already addressed it. So whatever.
Or they may not have.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how they did, but or if they needed to. Damn, you look like your butt hurt.
That character has some bullshit, dude. I was telling people, dude, if this character doesn't change, I'm using this character. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Good shit. Well, okay. There's nothing in that cup, is there?
There's naked juice. You want to see it pour?
What is it?
It's naked juice.
Oh, I got you. Cool. Gross. Anyway, all right. So second place. What's up?
I'm just thinking about like the top 8 results, and I'm like, I can make top 8 if I go, right?
Yeah, it's doable.
Good.
I mean, there are good players though.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw, so what happened was, I wasn't even gonna enter this one, like, because we were, you know, kind of the schedule was kind of up in the air for commentary.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I ended up rock paper scissoring Tasty Steve for it essentially.
Rock paper scissoring?
Yeah, rock paper scissoring.
Jesus.
Oh, what? Come on,
what
with Steve? Damn, you really you guys work together that well, huh?
We're roommates, man. At Wizard World events. So we were rock paper scissoring, and I gotta play Tekken 7. But yeah, I mean, I knew it was gonna be hard, because there was at least 8 good players there.
Rock paper scissors is not a verb. Anyway, go on.
Right? No, Ricky, exactly. So I mean, if people show up, they can potentially get top 8. This was the hardest one so far, and I really feel like as these events continue, it's going to get harder. You know, like, I think it's literally going to do that exactly. So
because everyone is also getting another opportunity to play the game and getting more tournament experience under their belt too.
Right, and not only that though, it's that each of the winners, which they've changed the rule on this, right? But let me just start with this. So they started off the Tekken Tour saying, if you won an event, you're not allowed to enter a future event. Yeah. So obviously, the best players are getting filtered out, right? So Mr. Knapp's not allowed to enter, yada yada, right? Mm-hmm. But now they've changed the rule, and the rule is now that if you have won a previous event and you want to enter again, you can forfeit your spot, because whoever has won these events, they have a guaranteed spot in the future big tournament coming at the end of the year or something, right? Mm-hmm. That's like the general gist of it. So they can forfeit that spot to enter again to try to win more money, essentially.
Yeah, that's the idea, to spice up the event. So when you win one of these tournaments, you basically win a spot into a bigger tournament, which has not been announced yet because the details aren't ironed out yet. Mm-hmm. But you can assume it will be like something that happened last December. Similar, right? So if you choose, let's say you win, right? Like Jimmy J. Tran won Northwest Majors, and, you know, ZTS won this last one in, where was it? Minnesota?
Right.
Minnesota.
Minneapolis.
So if you choose as the champion of these tournaments with your spot, you can forfeit this spot altogether. It's gone. You are now just a civilian, no longer invited to the tournament, but you can then win the first place prize again.
Right.
Which is $1,000.
And
go ahead.
And I was just gonna say, and if you did that, that spot that you had previously won becomes a last chance qualifier, probably.
Yeah, for
some
the
other
tournament.
offline thing or whatever, right?
Very interesting. You know, I hope that works out correctly, but I think it's gonna be pretty interesting, and it will spice things up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with my track record, if I win one, there is no way I'm entering again. I ain't gonna go through and get second place to get to some other event. F that, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
But what about someone like Jimmy J. Tran, who's just pushing people's shit in through a straw all day, or Anakin, right?
Right.
So
that could be really interesting
for them. That would be an excellent idea. You know, pretty good deal. I'll just get it back next event. You know. So, and then that brings in the idea of sponsorship. You know, I was mentioning to Jimmy, you know, Jimmy, you should just go to all of these fucking tournaments. I mean, what do you do? He works at a bakery, you know, give him the time off and let him go fucking, you know, bake a loaf of bread over here. You know what I mean? So I think that this is really great. It's you know, everyone's butthurt about the game not coming out on console, right? But this, not only do you see U.S. players improving, they're getting their hands on the game, tournament experience is coming in, but, you know, on top of that, it's going somewhere bigger, you know?
Right.
And it's a decent way for them to mend what I do consider to be a big fuck up in the release schedule for Tekken 7. This is like a decent solution, and it seems to be working out fairly well. You know, something I have to bring up, though? I was looking on YouTube, and I tweeted this video, but Namco Bandai Entertainment America has a YouTube channel that only has like 800 subscribers. And they made a video recapping Northwest Majors, and it focused on the rivalry between Incognito and Mr. Naps. I had never even heard of this fucking channel or video. Did you know about this?
I'm pretty sure it has way more than 800 subs, right?
No, I looked at it today, and it had like 800 subs. And the video had like 900 views.
You are right. Yeah, it's the BNEA Official Fight Channel 2016. That's the name of the channel.
Rolls off the butthole. It's so really easy to say, you know?
Yeah,
well, anyway,
right.
Follow that up. Follow that up. Put a link in the chat room, because that's where they're like, at all these Wizard World tournaments, that's where they're compiling the interviews and putting out, like, you know, get hype types of fucking footage. And this last one was really cool. It had Jimmy J interviews. It had interviews with Incog. It had footage of the tournament, and it was all wrapped up with a nice bow. So I'm in. Good
I just
shit.
put the link in the chat for the channel. And so if all of you guys go and do that, you guys will like more than double.
Yeah, we'll more than double their subscribers if we go ahead and follow that channel. It is the main channel that they're putting out the content from these Wizard World tournaments. I can't believe that channel exists.
It's not even Wizard World events. It's only for the FGC events from the Tekken Tour.
Specifically, it says Wizard World at the end of the video.
That's just the Tekken Tour locations, but the videos that they've been doing have been the FGC ones. So they did one for Final Round before, and now they did one for Northwest Majors. I assume they'll do one at Combo Breaker.
Very good. Very good. Okay. All right, what else? What else are we talking here? The Tekken stuff is, you know, I like that stuff. Combo Breaker is going to be huge. It's going to be a big one. So I think, I don't know if I'm forgetting anything, but for me, it's going to be Combo Breaker, CEO, then Evo. For like the big events. I may be forgetting something, but that's what's on my radar. So keep your eye on Combo Breaker. What else?
And if you guys are in the LA area and you're Tekken fans, E3 is going to be a good place to play some Tekken, probably.
Yeah, just find a way to get into E3.
No, you won't even need a badge, probably.
Oh, wow. Secret info from Rip, huh? Rip.
Probably.
Was that was that secret info? It ain't secret
That's
no
what
more.
I'm trying to calculate.
Well, Namcops are
filter.
going to be swinging in through Rip's window and arresting his ass. But
Hey, who's getting me
sounds
into E3 this year?
Well, he's saying you don't need to get in. It's
No,
like,
but I'm saying I want to get in. I'm not trying to hang out with the losers outside with no badges.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm a loser outside with no badge. I'm trying to get in the cool kids.
Damn, I haven't even thought about E3.
Am I part of it? Can you get it? Can you get a badge?
I don't
can
even have
Dude,
a,
hold on. well, first of all, when you want a badge for E3, you have to apply in like December.
Months ago. Yeah.
Oh, so it's already over. Game
Well,
over.
you know, I mean, come on, man. We eat some sports around here. Maybe we could flex some muscles.
I was
That's the way
hoping
to
I
do
was
it
hoping
now.
I can get
Sure.
in like, you know, with avoiding the puddle
Well,
prices.
listen, let me ask around and see if Markman could get me in. And I don't have any pull around here. All I know is last year when I went to E3, hella people stopped me because I was on Excellent Adventures with Gutex and Mike Ross. Those guys are so famous. Too good. Too good. At E3? That's crazy. Those guys are too famous. Anyway. So what else? More on Combat, the big prize pool at Killer Bitch Sting, or at Combo Breaker. Sorry. Any other games we're forgetting?
We forgot the big topic, I think.
What is that? Oh, the lag.
The big 8.
Yeah. Okay, someone has to tell me about it. Okay, what I hear is, so the game came out on PS4, and everyone already knew about this problem, but nobody really cared about it. And then now it's becoming a bigger deal because Red Bull wrote an article about how Snake Eyes is struggling. I sure as fuck didn't read the article, but he's struggling because of there being some latency. Now, one thing that people have brought up as evidence is that Snake Eyes kicks the shit out of everyone at Wednesday Night Fights, but then he goes and gets beat up everywhere else he goes. Wednesday Night Fights is ran on PC. Could it be that Wednesday Night Fights has no lag and PS4 does or something?
That the PC version has the same amount of lag. It's just if you turn VSync off, I guess, you can tone it down to 5 frames.
Yeah.
Huh.
You could probably
We don't know if WNF is set to that or not.
Yeah, and you can probably rejigger it somehow and get less lag. I don't know. PC you can do anything with that shit. So
What can you do to it?
rejigger it.
Don't do that.
Yeah, you can reconfigure it, dude.
Yeah. All right. Well, what does that mean? Why are people so bent out of shape? That's the way the game is. Are they saying it's unacceptable, or are they? I saw someone entered Wednesday Night Fights as fucking
Combo Fiend knows.
Fiend. No, it was Combo Fiend loves input lag or something like that. I thought that was a pretty good name. So, I mean, what's the conclusion? Is there any solution?
I mean, the amount of like people talking about it, like, can Capcom just really just like say nothing? I mean,
I don't know.
I think they can.
They could do whatever the
definitely
fuck
say
they
nothing.
want, man. They put on Alex's legs backwards. They could do what they want.
I mean, the basic thing about it is, you know, they put this input lag in games usually to make the online play feel better, right? So there's like a bigger buffer for online, whatever.
Yeah.
And so Tekken has started doing this as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they've put more and more input lag built into the game offline.
Yeah.
With the hopes that online it'll play better. And Tekken 7.0 at least, you know, it to me, when I go to an event and I play Tekken 7.0 and I come back home and I play Tekken Tag 2 online, Tekken Tag 2 online feels crisper to me. You know,
that's by design.
Right,
Yeah.
I know, exactly, and it's by design. But I mean, it's really frustrating for me. I don't personally like it. Like, I wish that Tekken 7 felt just like Tekken Tag 2. I wish it felt as good as Tekken Tag 2 online. You know, not even Tekken Tag 2 offline.
Do you remember when Street Fighter 4 came out and Street Fighter 3 players had this kind of reaction to it, where like it feels like I'm playing online even though I'm playing offline? Because I remember having that feeling when Street Fighter 4 came out, and I remember a lot of people saying that. But Street Fighter 4 became a super great game that was super popular. So I would guess that what they're trying to do is emulate that. So in this process, maybe some players like you and I will be like, man, I don't prefer this. In fact, I wish they weren't doing it. But I think what they're thinking is that's a small price to pay for the thousands and thousands of people who will say, wow, this game's online is just like this game's offline. I love it. That's the theory, I would imagine.
I hope so. You know, that I don't know.
I mean, right? It's like one of those things where...
Yeah, because I mean, I guess the reason I don't know is because Tekken Tag 2 online to me is already pretty darn good. I rank it as
Not
one
to
of the
me.
best.
Not to me. I think it's unplayable. It's super bad.
Okay.
Super bad.
You know why? Because character tier lists change. When a tier list changes online, that means it's not good. Like Eddie and Christy, I've heard that perhaps were removed from the game because of the way they're so hard to deal with online. I don't know if they were actually removed from the game for that reason, but I heard that because Tekken 7 is an online game, even offline in Japan,
Right.
that's part of the reason why Christy and Eddie were removed, because the character requires really fine-tuned defense. Low parries at a certain point, really tight sidestepping and stuff like that. And I think maybe that's part of the reason why they removed it. It doesn't work online. People hate Eddie Christie online. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's 100% true. I don't know what the logic is behind it, but, it makes sense to me. So, we'll see. We'll see. I mean,
it's just weird to me though that people are like already like it's almost like they want the arcade perfect version of Street Fighter 5. It's like how like Third Strike players refuse to play on PlayStation 2 because it's not the same as the arcade version. It's like there is no version where there's less than 8 frames of lag for Street Fighter 5. But yet
there is though. PC V screen off.
Yeah, but that's okay, but that's wrong. That's not the right. You're playing with the wrong settings.
Yeah, it's like they're playing on this. They
unlimited
want to play,
time. That's like playing a tournament match with unlimited time. Your settings are wrong. If you turn VSync off, you're playing with the wrong settings. Tournament standard is 8 frames. That's basically what they're saying is this is the way we develop the game. There's no arcade version, so the tournament standard is 8 frames of lag. You have to play it this way. And I think someone mentioned it, and other people mentioned it as well. That they're like Justin Wong, he went out and openly said, whatever, 8 frames, I'm going to play it. Are you going to play it? Right? So it's kind of like one of those situations where this is Street Fighter 5. It's got 8 frames of lag.
Yeah, and people actually just said that you have to edit a file to turn off VSync. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I thought it was in the options, but yeah, okay, that's very different.
If that's the case, that's totally different. Yeah, it's not like you can toggle it. It's not fucking, okay, whatever. 8 frames of lag. Combo Fiend loves fucking input lag, whatever. That's the way it is. Does that change anything for the future? No, right? I'm surprised that Red Bull made such a stink out of it. Did you guys read any of that shit?
Well, I mean, I didn't read any of it, but I'm saying the reason that people would make a stink out of it, though, or just in general, is because the more input lag you have, the less you can react to things, right?
Right.
So
but that goes for your opponent as well. It's not like it's only your input lag.
Right, but for example, in Tekken 7 just past weekend, right? I don't know how many frames of input lag Tekken 7 has, right?
Yeah.
But Weapon X thought he was playing Spiro Gen next to tournament. He asked me, hey man, come over here and help me train up for Spiro Gen, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing Paul's 4-4-2-1 just frame.
Yeah.
And he was like, what the hell? I'm ducking this high.
Yeah.
And he was missing it. And I get that feeling in Tekken 7 all the time. And it's because even though you see it, you can't react as fast as you could in previous Tekken games. So it's
that's definitely a fact. Yeah.
Right. So it's a huge fact, and it applies to all fighting games. It's the biggest fact you've ever seen, Eric.
That is a big fucking fact.
It's huge.
Big.
Right?
Lots
huge
of mass.
Fact. Yeah.
God damn, that's a huge fact.
Damn, huge fact. That's a huge fact. All right, look, facts have no size. Is the point?
It's huge.
Okay,
gigantic.
on.
So yeah, it's a pain in the ass, and games feel better with less.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember when Tekken Tag 2 came out and Harada said, we intentionally added 1 extra frame of lag, and then due to that, huge fact, people went and came to the conclusion that some lows that were borderline seeable, like, I think, Leo's, right? Leo's full crouch sweep, that low used to be very seeable, right? But then in Tekken Tag 2, it became borderline. Like if you were really sharp, you could see it, but a lot of people that could see it before were struggling.
Right.
Stuff like that did happen. It makes certain lows better. It makes certain strategies better. The game changes. 100% I agree. Huge fact. You're right about that. But the question is, like I said earlier, this intentional change being made by the Namcops, right? Maybe they're thinking, well, you know what? Rip is going to be pissed. Eris is going to be pissed. But
Mr. Naps is going to be pissed.
Mr. Naps, yeah, but that's
HCR,
fucking 3 people, right? Or even if every person that entered the tournament 200 people are going to be pissed, right? But the
Okay.
game comes out, thousands of people are going to
Yeah.
be like, wow, this game's online and offline.
Millions
Chris.
are going to buy the game.
Yeah, billion or whatever the number is.
Yeah.
Their theory is that lots of people will think this is the best online. And I've heard a lot of people say what you just said, that Tekken Tag 2 has the best online. But I think even if you're right about that, the game's design itself doesn't allow for it to feel good even still. Because of characters like Eddie, Lily, lots of characters, they become a nuisance when they really shouldn't be that big of a nuisance. And when that happens in a game, when the tier list becomes altered and when some characters just become way better online than they are supposed to be, that to me is bad online. So Tekken Tag 2 may have on paper the best online there is, but the game itself, the design of the game, requires more perfection for it to function well. While look at a game like Street Fighter V, right? To me, Street Fighter V is a really good online game when it's good because it feels so similar. Look what we have here. It's because of these phantom 8 frames. It's designed that way. It's supposed to be like an illusion of this game has good online, even if it doesn't. So that's just the way they're developing games now because we don't have arcades anymore. Arcades don't even exist. As Rixta said, there is no arcade version of Street Fighter V. So that's how they're developing games now. Online is the arcade. They're developed for online. I don't know. I mean, at this point...
online is the arcade?
It is. Online is the arcade.
Oh, man. Eric's growing up.
Well, I'm not happy with it. That's why I play Dark Souls all day long, bros. I mean, online is the arcade. I'll play Dark Souls, But... I mean,
how much input lag does Dark Souls have?
I don't know. It doesn't. It's a non-factor because there's no arcade.
I don't know, man. Street Fighter 5 doesn't have an arcade. Yeah, you play online with that shit, don't you?
Maybe just like so I don't do a lot of PvPing, but just like how everyone's in an uproar about the 8 frames, people who do PvP in Dark Souls are in an uproar about some other bullshit that it's like very similar. If you kind of compare it, there's a function in the game that people are not happy with the way it functions. And the developer of the game was like, look, this is the way we designed it. Shut the fuck up, bitch. And that's basically what Capcom's doing too, right? In the end, they haven't officially said anything, but they're like, look, this is the way we designed it. 8 frames. Man up or fuck off, right?
That would be a sick response from Combo Fiend.
Yeah, shut up, bitch.
Totally do it. Yeah, shut up, bitch. That's how we designed it.
Yeah, man. It's our fucking game. That's how we designed it. So, I mean, basically, point being, that's how they designed it.
Yeah.
I mean, you either play it or you don't. Other people will. Trust me. If you don't play it, Justin Wong will. He said it already. Doesn't matter to him. 8 frames, 10 frames. That's the game. So whatever. I don't think people should be too upset about it, especially if it's something that they've been playing for 3 months and then now someone's mentioning something and they're like, boo! Like, whatever, man. You either like the game or you don't. It feels the same way it did.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it is important to note, though, that it exists because everyone's looking at this frame data and saying, like, wow, okay, this, that, and the other, whatever, but fuck, that's a Tasty Steve saying I gotta drop that shit. But basically, when you look at frame data, you see, like, okay, Nash's dash is 17 frames. And then you look, okay, he doesn't even move for the first 9 frames. And then he's got 8 frames. There's 8 frames of lag. So reacting Nash's dash is, like, almost impossible. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's important to understand that when you're looking at the frame data of stuff now, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Knowledge is everything.
Right.
I agree. I 100% agree. Like I said earlier about Harada admitting to the extra 1 frame in Tag 2. That was a moment of revelation for a lot of people. And
Yeah.
I agree. This is kind of that time for Street Fighter V. The game's developing. All the big tournaments are coming up. And this is a moment of revelation where players are realizing, wow, certain things that I thought on paper, the guide says it's this many frames and I should be able to react to it. The game has 8 frames. Got to factor that in. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's move on. Factor it in and move on. That's my opinion on it. Some people are going to get so butthurt that they're going to complain that it gets fixed, right? But will it get fixed? Can it be fixed? Who knows?
Yeah, and I mean, ultimately, what's his name? Sajin was telling me that they were talking about an Ultra Gen, and he was saying that ultimately what this is going to do is make the game harder for people who have been good as reactive players.
Yeah.
And it's very true. It's crazy. So it's like a lot of people like maybe Snake Eyes, who maybe was a more reactive player. He's not gonna be good in this game, or as good as he was, because he literally cannot be.
Well, cannot be is not the
based
way
on
I would put it.
I'm saying based on reaction time. I'm saying, like, if he's a reactionary player, he literally cannot react as fast as he could have before. Like not even from himself, but because the game is designed this way. And
I don't know, but does it really add up that way? Because both players have the same amount of lag. So it's like he's a reactionary player, but both players are slowed down. So he should still be a reactionary player.
But I'm saying, like, okay, say he's going up against someone who's always super good at having reads, right? Reading what the opponents can do. And maybe he's terrible at reading what the opponents can do, but he's good at reacting to shit, you know? Like in that, it's gonna swing it towards that guy now instead of Snake Eyes.
That's true, but in the end, you have to look at it like this: adapt or die.
Yeah, of course. I understand.
It is what
I'm just
it
saying,
is.
and this is what the future of fighting games is going to be if online is a new arcade, right? And everyone's putting input lag into all their games. If you're learning to react to shit, better learn to start reading shit because you won't be able to react to shit.
It's an interesting topic. It's definitely an interesting topic because, you know, there's so many angles to approach it from. You could approach it from the Ricksta angle where, you know, get good, right? Or you could whine about it. Or, I mean, to me, I don't really know. I would imagine that it's more psychological than anything. You know, the extra frames of lag are there, right? But those extra frames of lag, you were dealing with them when the game came out.
Right.
So no move has gotten harder to react to than the first time you ever reacted to it in Street Fighter V. So it should be just as hard as it was on day one to react to it. Yeah.
And, you know, I remember one of the first times I played someone at WNF or something, like it was a Nash player. And Ricky, we talked about this actually. The Nash player was doing dash throw on me, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at him like, I'm going to fucking jab this guy. All he's doing is dash throw. So I was looking at that shit. I'm like, I can do this. He's dashing across the screen. And so I'm trying to jab this motherfucker. And then like, I kept on getting thrown, right? I was like, what the hell? And so I talked to Ricky about it afterwards. He's like, if you're trying to react to it, it's too late. You guys stick out a button ahead of time to prevent him from getting in there. But to me, I was looking at the motherfucker is dashing across the screen. How can I not react to that? But I couldn't, and so
yeah, but dude,
it's really frustrating.
Even if there were no frames of lag, you wouldn't be able to react to a dash.
I don't know about that.
But you could count
17
the
frames.
Yeah,
17
you're supposed to take 21 to be able to do something.
How much is it? Oh, okay.
You're supposed to take 21. So you
for the average human, sure. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, but basically what I'm saying is you were approaching that scenario wrong from the get-go. You can't react to a dash throw anyway.
Right.
Because even if there were no frames of lag. So basically my point is the game hasn't changed. The only way it's changed is you've got more information now and you know there are 8 frames of lag now. So if you're going to let that get in your head and affect the way you perform, so be it. But the game hasn't changed. You know, people are acting like, oh, I don't like it anymore now because of this revelation they've made.
Right.
But all you're doing is realizing how the game has worked this whole time. So,
and it gave me an excuse for my shitty reactions.
It's not just you.
But you know, it's not.
Yeah,
imagine like K-Brad, right?
Yeah.
K-Brad was watching these Ken players, and he's like, God damn it, they're getting away with all this run bullshit, man. Just fucking hit a button when you see the run. You can't necessarily do that.
Well, yeah, a lot of people, especially commentators, are like, why would you do that? Just push a button right there. That's what you're supposed to do. But I mean, it's like not only is it difficult to do that just on paper, but these guys are sitting on a stage and it's hard for humans to do this kind of shit. So yeah, it's a common problem, I think, not only with commentators, but just with people in general. You even yourself were guilty of it a minute ago, where you were saying, I should be able to react to this. But it's really not something that you can even react to. It's just, like I said, the game's developing. So I think it's like really interesting seeing how the game develops, what players need to focus on. Like you said, maybe reads, maybe setups are more valuable than reacting in this game. So it could shake things up. Either way, I mean, it doesn't matter that much in a bad way, I don't think.
What was that guy on TZ that kept saying that you can duck electrics on reaction?
Jaguar King?
He was a moron.
Yeah, but he also said you can't break throws based on arms.
Yeah, why even bring up a moron like that guy?
No, it's just funny
Eric's like, you cannot react to Nash's dash. But
because I'm thinking like, well, electric is like what, 14 frames, right? And it's impossible to duck that on reaction.
Yeah.
But with 8 frames of lag, that shit would be that shit would be impossible. Man, if 8 frames of lag
would already hit you in like in 6 frames or something before you could even react. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's the way it's gonna be. You're gonna have to low parry junkyard earlier. You're gonna have to block lows earlier, break throws earlier. Maybe that's part of the reason they added 1 more frame to Tekken 7. Maybe that's why the throw break system's for babies now. They were like, fuck, if we put this 1 more framing here, no one's gonna break throws. So let's just make it so all you need is a fucking limbs and you could break throws, or maybe not even that. So, you know, whatever.
I hope to change that for FR so much. It's so frustrating in tournament not being able to throw somebody.
Yeah, you have to use command throws or hit with a counter hit. I mean, like I said, new game. We don't care if Rip doesn't like it. We want thousands of people who were never able to break throws. That's the theory, right? You don't seem to like it, but I know ZTS does. All right, whatever. What's next? Any other topics before we call bitches?
There was a bunch of new KOF footage that I haven't watched.
Yeah, that's true. I can't believe that game doesn't have Yamazaki. That's a major fuck up. Yamazaki's the best fucking KOF character.
I don't think he's been in KOF since like '98.
He was in CVS too. That's probably his newest game that he was in.
Damn.
I don't know. Maybe there is a game he was in.
No,
after
you might
that.
be right. That might be his newest game.
Wait a bit. I think he was in SVC Chaos. That came after CVS, but that game was butt cheeks.
Yeah, we don't talk about that game.
Anyway. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, Street Fighter V sales came out. I don't remember what the facts were, but it's an interesting topic because it's a little bit better than what people thought, but at the same time, it's not as good as I think what Capcom had hoped.
Yeah. So to something like, I think they were estimating to sell 2 million copies of both Street Fighter V and Monster Hunter something or other.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out being that like Street Fighter only pulled in like 1.4 million, but Monster Hunter pulled in like 2.5 or whatever. So somehow like they evened out and Capcom survived it, you know, but if they only had Street Fighter V, it would have been a rough quarter, you know, like, so, but yeah, it's 1.4 million sold, not terrible.
Yeah, and also I think like, you know, the idea of long-term success as well as the tournament numbers growing is a really good sign. I think a lot of people were worried at first because the game seemed to have tanked at launch, and it probably did. Also bad reviews, right? But maybe the active community, the ones that will actually purchase DLC content, could, you know, let the game stay afloat and perhaps become something special in the long run. Who knows? But other than that, I don't really give a shit. I want to watch someone play fucking Guile. I was very disappointed yesterday. I watched Next Level Battle Circuit. I think Arturo was streaming it, and Dominion was there. He's, you know, one of my favorite players, and he's a Guile player. But he didn't end up playing Guile, so, or at least he didn't when I watched. So I'm waiting to see that. Personally, I'm a little turned off by both Alex and Guile. I think they both kind of look like bargain bin characters. They don't look as good to me as the main cast, you know?
Really?
Yeah. I don't know about good in terms of, like, dangerous as a character, but they just don't look like they were characters that they spent that much time on. You know, it looked like hurry up characters. Hurry up, you know? Put Guile on my desk by Monday morning. So, I don't know. Whatever. Not that big of a deal for me, but, you know, I'm interested in seeing. I think Combo Breaker is going to be super sick. In the end, Combo Breaker is the one to look at for all the games, because lots of players are going to be there, lots of regions, lots of money up for grabs, ESL. Good shit. Good shit. So, anything else? Bitch callings?
Bitch callings? The hell is that?
Yeah, I know. Shit's ancient history, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and plug your stuff first. Ricky, you first.
Follow me on Twitch, Twitter at Ricksteezy, RickSteezy. It's up in the title. I'm gonna stream Street Fighter later today.
Dope shit. Yeah, you were telling me you got amped up from yesterday's tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
That's cool. That's cool.
Wait, why'd you get amped up?
No, just because the way I lost made me feel like I have to turn on practice mode and figure that shit out because I suck at practice mode.
Nice.
That's a really good sign. It's a good sign for you as a player, but more importantly, it's a good sign for the game. Because, you know, a good game, when you lose in a good game, you feel like I gotta solve this problem instead of, fuck this game, I'm out of here. You know, so, good shit. I mean, Clay Fighters 5 seems like it's doing a lot better than I thought, and that's a good sign for everybody. Oh yeah, so plug your shit. Rick, go ahead.
Yeah, my Twitter is REEPAL. I'm gonna be streaming Doom when we get off this thing. It's apparently out. I already bought it. It's downloaded on Steam, so I'm gonna play it and I think it should be. I think streams have been live all day, but I had to take a nap, so whatever. But that's the plan for tonight, and then I have a new emote.
Nice.
Yeah, LUIG gasm. It's not really a gasm. It's more of a I don't know what the fuck it is.
It looks like you're laughing, and then the fact that you made the code gasm makes it like this guy laughs his ass off when he's jizzing.
Yeah.
Right? So now I'm thinking like, dude, what a fucking creep. This guy laughs hysterically while he's jerking off and jizzing. Ew.
The way to do it. It is
I
the
guess
way to
so.
do
It's
it.
fucking gross. Well, anyway, check him out and follow him.
It's a good time all around.
Yeah, I thought it was a great emoticon when I saw it. I even mentioned it on stream. I said that's a great emoticon. But then I realized it was gasm, and it kind of, bittersweet.
Dude, look, here's the thing, right? So I'm underneath the limit of emotes that I'm supposed to have, right?
Yeah.
And so I was trying to just swap one of them, but you can't. Apparently, you have to delete the extra ones just to swap any.
Yeah.
And so I emailed them. It took like weeks to do it. And so I just said like, hey man, this is what I want to do. I think I'm gonna call it gasm. Is like, can you guys help me do this? And then they just took forever, but then they finally just did it. And so it just became gasm, and now it's just stuck. And I don't want to email them again to change it because whatever, it's kind of a pain in the ass.
The way that whole thing works is it's getting better, but it's kind of frustrating because you unlock your emoticons, and then when you go under, you lose them.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that way. If you unlock it, you should stay unlocked forever. But I don't know. Maybe they're thinking like, yeah, right. Fuck
well,
you.
because otherwise people could be like, sub, cancel.
So let them. Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
agree.
in the end, that's basically what's happening anyway.
Yeah,
So-
how much data is that taking up on their servers?
Yeah, I mean, what would that cost us if we wanted to get up to like 500 subs, right? If you needed 500 subs times $5, it would cost you $2,500 to unlock that many subs.
Right off the bat, just like that.
Yeah, boom, and then you got them, and you can keep them forever.
That's no problem. Everyone, hook it up. 500 subs. Come on.
We gotta get a new laughing gasm.
Yeah, I need like 15 more to get like actually be able to change myself. So it's staying as gasm for
You
now.
better fucking display some Doom skills tonight, and maybe you'll get those 15. Rocket jump your way into fucking Esports.
It doesn't exist in the game.
Look, I don't know what it is. I just heard you mentioning it one time. Who gives a shit about Doom? That game sucks.
No, it's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be sweet, just
Dude,
like
there's-
Fast and the Furious 8.
Yeah, there's a single player mode that's like, I forgot what it's called, Nightmare Ultra Bullshit or whatever. And
Sounds
in that
good.
mode, you cannot die, and no one's ever beaten it. No one has ever beaten it, not even the developers. The developers had to put in cheat codes to beat it.
So
Make sure it
you
works.
planning to beat it? You trying to
I'm
be
gonna
the
beat
first one?
I'm gonna beat it on normal first tonight, and then I'm gonna play multiplayer, whatever. Afterwards, I'm gonna use Snapmag, make some Quake 3 maps in it, but I'm gonna come back to the ultra mode, whatever
You should
later.
just do that first.
You
You
can't.
should do that first and become the first person on Twitch ever to beat that mode before someone else already does it. And
That's the
then by
way to do it.
And by the time you get to it, like 10 other happy hobbits have already done that shit. And you're just like,
That's
whatever.
exactly what I was thinking, man. If you want to fucking fast track to eating sports, all you gotta do is
that shit
do something
first.
weird first. I beat this game with a Dance Dance Revolution pad. I beat this game with a fucking Gun Con Time Crisis pedal.
no one gives a shit if you're second, third, 10th.
Yeah, you just
If
gotta
you're
do it first.
Yeah,
you know?
remember, like, if you think you're the almighty Pokken champ because you were the first ever champ.
Damn.
Right?
Oh!
You have to be the first ever.
Hella fucking spank
Nightmare.
bank logic. You were storing that logic in that little brain forever. That was good shit.
That was good shit, dude. That was good
Impressive.
shit.
I'm telling you, man. I'm helping you out here.
Nice. You should
Better-
fight crime.
And you got to stay up for 24 hours to do that shit too.
No way, you have to stay for like 10 weeks. I don't think anyone's beat it. No one's beat the game like that. The game's a 14-hour game on normal.
Ugh.
On normal.
That sounds
Why
terrible.
are you down with this game? Everyone
Yeah.
has said this game sucks.
No, it doesn't suck. It doesn't suck.
Doom. Ew.
Doom is sick.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
sick. The new one is sick. I mean, dude, it doesn't have everything I want from a shooter, from a arena shooter, but it's still good enough that I'm going to support it.
Cool. Good shit. Check him out. Follow him up. Get those damn ripgasms or whatever it is.
God.
Did you spell Luygasm? Or
I tried that. That's what I told them to, and they made it double G. And not only did they make it double G, they made one a capital letter. Does it always have to be a capital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After the code, it has to be capital and then
that-
whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense. Luyg capital A.
Yeah, it would have been
ASM.
weird.
I think mine is ATP capital I ZZA for AT Pizza.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's ATP Pizza.
It is. Wow, that looks so stupid when I hover over it. It looks like ATP Liza.
Mm-hmm.
Good shit.
Good shit.
Well, it's being clever.
Yeah, I guess.
Right? I mean, you were just complaining about
God.
2 G's, weren't you? You were like, I wish it was 1 G and I utilized the G in gasm, and now you guys are talking shit. I already did that 10 years ago, and now you think it's a bad idea?
It's a terrible idea.
Yeah, morons.
Mhm.
Anyway, you guys got bitch callings?
No.
You're whack.
It's
Man,
been weeks.
people have started complaining to me about
Yeah.
how bad you are at this.
I'm great at this, dude.
Ripta.
He got you there, dude. That was a huge fact.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you guys. Go
Both
on.
of us?
Yeah. Yeah, no, mainly you. Okay, go on, Rick.
That's better.
Yeah.
Ricksta didn't do anything.
He came with that sick idea about the Pokken trophy. That was sick.
It wasn't an idea. It was good logic.
It was,
That was
an
a huge.
idea.
It was a huge
What did you
fact.
say earlier? You said you were rock, paper, scissoring with fucking Steve?
Yeah, dude.
Gross.
I'm
Rock,
a-
paper, scissor is the name of a game. It's not a fucking verb. You can't
Well,
be
dude.
rock, paper, scissoring with another dude.
Dude, if me and you are doing it right now, we are rock, paper, scissoring, dude.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not. We're just rock, papering. Or maybe scissor, paper, rocking. I'm down with that.
No, we are going to rock, paper, be scissoring.
We're gonna rock, paper, be scissoring? Oh shit, Ebonics?
Yeah, dude.
Alright. Whatever. You're a bitch for never having a bitch calling.
Yeah, you're a bitch for telling everyone I'm 52 years old, man.
I said 40.
No, trust me, so many people have said 52.
I never
42?
said 52. It's 40. Oh, and I oftentimes say that you look like Marge Simpson.
Whatever.
It's a good one. I didn't make that one up, though.
It's because I posed with the Marge Simpson thing at like a Denny's. I grabbed with the claw and I posed with made a stupid face, and that was it.
Oh, yeah. Well, whatever.
I don't
mean,
actually look like Marge Simpson.
No. Look, that picture of you with Marge Simpson was the catalyst to make everyone realize that you do look like Marge Simpson.
God damn it.
Well, anyway, whatever. Don't worry about it. Do you have a bitch calling, or Ricksta, or anybody else?
No. I guess I'll call Jimmy a bitch.
Why? Oh yeah.
I just
Oh,
want him to
Rip.
play Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, he's definitely a bitch. For
I mean,
that.
he should just
play.
He should just beat Julio in one tournament and be like, "Look, this guy sucks. You guys all suck," and then never play again. That'd be sick.
Honestly, I don't think it's about Julio. When I think about Jimmy J. Tran, I think he's a really talented player of fighting games, no matter what he plays, and he's the perfect candidate to get sponsored because he's a fucking bakery guy. He works at a bakery. He's not going to school as far as I know, and he works at a fucking bakery. This is the time. You're not going to have that many opportunities in your life like this again. He's super talented still. He has the passion and the drive. Him and people like him should realize that fucking Alex Meyer and Last Place Ninja and all these randos are getting sponsored. So I would definitely get on that. People like Jimmy J should get on that.
Temple Storm, Jimmy J. Tran.
Yeah,
Damn, girl.
He's the man. He's the man, and people like him are the man. People are trying to sponsor everybody. So now's the opportunity. I don't know how much longer he's gonna have in his life, or where he doesn't have like kids, or he's not married, or some other responsibility that's really taking away his available time.
Kids get married? Kidding me?
Or who knows? He'll get busted for having, I don't know, go to jail or something. Whatever you think is the appropriate future.
That would be sick.
Busted
God.
for having a meth den or whatever that shit's called. Anyway, whatever the fuck he's into, that's not the point. The point is he's a bitch, and
Yes.
you guys are bitches. Well, mostly Rip.
What
But
about
also
Bibulus?
Ricksta. Oh boy, let's not even talk about that. That was crazy. Okay, so no bitch callings?
Did Ricky have one?
No.
Yeah, mine was Jimmy.
Did
Oh,
Eric
yeah.
have one?
Yeah, I called you and Jimmy a bitch.
Oh.
He just
I could call
piggybacked
it-
off of my bitch calling.
Yeah.
though, so-
Well, but Rip too. Rip was my first bitch calling, mostly because you lost to ZTS. And then instead of giving ZTS the credit he deserves, all you do is bitch about Claudio. I'm just kidding. Don't even respond. I'm sorry. I'm saying I'm sorry before you even respond because I don't even want to hear it. I was just talking shit.
AT&T is still a bitch too.
Get the fuck out of here. All right, internet, take it easy, everybody. We'll see you guys later.
Peace.